One of the questions I get asked quite often is, Steve, tell us about your cheese tour experience at High Weald Dairy. Well, upon arrival, you'll meet myself and we will quickly learn the ethics, what it takes to produce organic cheese here on the High Weald in Sussex. From the log burner that uses the fallen logs from the estate to create the hot water, the solar farm which helps with sustainability, and the borehole which will pull up to 15 cubic metres a day for our cleaning processes, which tends to represent about 60% of the cheese making process. Then we'll move round to the front of the factory and we'll learn how High Weald Dairy back in 2003 moved from the Ashdown Forest to Tremaine's farm and how they developed the grain store to the factory that is producing cheese today. Then we'll walk into the factory itself and we'll walk down to Ward's Corridor, where we'll see some of the finest and highest accolades that can be gained in cheese making across the world, and the consistency of certain cheeses of Duddleswell, St Giles, and one of the signature cheeses, Brighton Blue, has been on the world stage. Then we'll go into the next room and learn about the week's worth of cheese making. This will always change, and it's a delight to be able to have this as a different part of the tour. It's also the place where we put on those blue hairnets and overshoes, excellent for selfies. We'll then go on to the raw room where we'll learn about the first ingredient, milk, and 3 different types of milk that are used here at High Weald Dairy to produce cheese: cow milk, sheep milk and goat milk, and the history of milk and why we seem to be the only animal that has another animal's milk. Then we'll move on to the main part of the dairy where we will see the cheese vat, and we'll learn about the 3 other ingredients that are crucial in cheese making. The cultures to bring out the certain flavours that we'd like to achieve. The rennet, which is there to coagulate the milk in order to create the curds and the whey. And the salt in order to preserve the cheese before they go off for maturing. We will then learn about the cheese making process, go into the brining room and learn about pressing cheeses before they go off to be packed. After this, we'll then move on to the packaging facility where we'll meet certain different equipment, and this is always a delight because there's always cheese on show in the packaging room in abundance. And we'll learn how these different parts of the room and the equipment are used to help preserve cheese for their maturing process. Then we'll move on to the maturing rooms. You can view up to 6,000 wheels of cheese at any one time, which is pretty immense. Now predominantly you'll see Brighton Blue maturing. Now this matures for up to 7 weeks in the maturing room. And this is amongst other cheeses, some unusual shapes like Ashdown Foresters that you'll be able to view before it goes off for smoking process. Then after a very cheesy selfie and a group photo, we'll then move on upstairs, actually to where I'm sitting now, into the cheese barn, where we'll embark on a 5 cheese tasting process. Now this is a delight of the tour. You'll be able to taste 5 of our cheeses with chutney and crackers, and we'll be able to go through the different styles of cheese and the history of cheese. And this is a good opportunity for question and answer and to put me on the spot with those really unusual, difficult questions. And there's always a cheese joke flying around as well. And it's a lovely part to be able to share our cheese board with each other and the different experiences and maybe the cheeses that we have at home. And we're not judgmental here. After this, we will then go down to the shop, and you're welcome to take home your favourite cheeses of that day. And yes, we do have a pallet truck for those extra cheese lovers if you want to fill your vehicle with as much as possible. So come and join us on one of our cheese tours. Maybe that's a private tour, maybe you're giving this tour as a gift, as a birthday, anniversary or Christmas present. Or come and join us on a Sunday for our public tours. And you're more than welcome to come round and view the farm, come and see our ethics and come and enjoy the cheese making process with us and come and experience what it's like to produce award-winning cheese here in Sussex. Thank you.